everyone, Nikki here with the Truck Boss Show. Today we're joined by our friend Steve Kane, who is president of Rolling Strong. Hi, Steve. Thanks for joining us today.
Hello, Nikki. Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So, Steve, how did you get into trucking? And maybe tell us a little bit about your story, how your involvement came about with health and wellness in the trucking industry.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I've been involved in trucking really, since I was old enough to shine the aluminum on my brother's truck that pulled into the yard. My dad had trucks in the yard. My brother drove truck. I found it as a very respected position because he supported a young family driving truck, and I always looked up to that. And I thought the trucks were very cool as well. I shined the aluminum, I washed the trucks, eventually worked on the trucks, and eventually started going on the road on weekends to make extra money with my brother. And then I went to college and tried to start a few businesses while I was in college and that kind of thing, and ended up back driving trucks full time. When I was in my early 20s, and I drove for a few carriers, Allied Van Lines for one of them, really hard work, moving people coast to coast. And, so I just kind of evolved and grew through trucking and ended up with an LTL carrier in the Carolinas, very old school, running old T-card dispatch boards, working on operations management, moved on to another carrier, Old Dominion Freight Line, was with them for a little over 10 years, and I did everything there from, operations to management, and eventually got into technology and built some technologies and worked with some technology groups, improving processes and transportation and that kind of thing. But parallel to being kind of a data nerd and working in kind of the IT side of trucking, I also owned boxing and kickboxing schools where we had fitness and nutrition counseling, and we had a youth program for young people to get acclimated with boxing, and we worked with them as USA boxing coaches. So one day I was driving down the road and I was very familiar with the health risks that really revolve around trucking because I've experienced those myself. And I came up with this idea to build a technology platform to support wellness programs and a mobile application to support drivers on the road. I guess probably, one of the things to mention, because I've been on a mission with this and it's very dear to my heart. But I was sick in the early 2000s with cancer. So I got sick, went through chemotherapy and went through, treatments and surgeries and that kind of thing. And the driver population at that time that I was responsible for, they donated an hour of their paycheck a week for several months while I went through chemo so I could have a paycheck and insurance, and did a lot of other really amazing things. So, it's interesting because truckers are the people that are, we think they're cutting us off the road and, we're racing them to get on the on-ramp. And we always hear the horrific stories when there's a bad accident. And a lot of truckers look kind of gruff and, maybe not all the time as approachable. But what I can tell you is they're an amazing group of people because of what they did for me, during that time. And so I always thought maybe there was a way I can return that. And I think that I do now, with Rolling Strong and with all the people that, work for this company. That's what we do all day, every day, is we kind of return that favor and we help people, figure out how to stay healthy.
For individuals that might not know what Rolling Strong is, can you talk a little bit more about your organization and what you all provide?
Absolutely. So we are, our platform is built to, number one, give drivers access to a place to get a pre kind of DOT physical. So through each North pharmacies, which includes Walmart's, through CVS stores and several other partners that we have, drivers in the application can redeem a voucher to go get a health check done. They can go in and get the health check done. The data automatically shows up in our app. We've networked with all of the Higgy health check kiosks that are found in pharmacies across the country. So you can go in with one of those and pull up the app and scan it, and it'll log you in immediately. All that data shows up in your HIPAA protected kind of profile, so your information. You can share that with one of our coaches. We have a whole network of coaches we built. Those coaches will evaluate that data, come up with a treatment plan for an enterprise organization. So what is the treatment plan for a large group, but also they'll come up with individual treatment plans for, an individual person.
And where can these guys and gals go to find those resources? Is it just an app store? Do they need to go online? And what does something
Mm-hmm.
like this cost to become a member of your program?
Yeah, so drivers, independent drivers, they can go. There's a couple different resources for it. There are some insurance programs out there that we partnered with, where they get the mobile application, with that plan. They can go into the app store, so you can go in iOS, you can go in Android, Google Play Store, and you can download the app. It's $5 a month. You get access to unlimited remote coaching, which includes being able to text coaches through the app. It includes being able to call them. It includes the nutrition planning, the exercise videos, all kinds of media and content, and analytics. So we've created analytics that learns the user based on their interaction with the app, and their behaviors, and then we send educational content back to them based on that interaction. So a health and fitness artificial intelligence, if you will. So you can get that with that kind of $5 a month program. But we also sell this as an enterprise program to fleets. And with the enterprise program, it's much bigger, because now we are deploying educational content through their media sources, their intranets. We're leasing them health check kiosks. We are installing, building, and maintaining anything from a hotel-sized gym to a full-size gym. We're putting coaches on the ground in those locations. We're giving them access to their own set of coaches for the remote coaching. We built our own marketing platform, so we're just delivering constant education and communication through emails. So, and then we assign an account manager to every enterprise fleet account, so we can kind of hold their hand. And then one of the biggest things, kind of tied in with all this, is we built our own gamification and rewards platform. So everything you do in the application, whether you're an individual user, or you're somebody that's, as part of an enterprise fleet, you have the opportunity to earn points. So if I log within 85% of my nutrition accurately for the day, I earn points. If I'm connected to, which, by the way, we're connected to Fitbit, Garmin, Polar, Samsung, Apple Watches, all the wearables. So we pull that data in. If I've hit a certain number of steps in a day, I earn points for it. If I log workouts, it will actually look at your heart rate from your wearable, and if your heart rate has hit and exceeded your target heart rate zone for the day, then we match that with the workout you said you did, and we give you points for that too. So we've really figured out a lot of ways to validate, health and healthy choices, and through the mobile application. Even if you go into a Walmart pharmacy, even if you go into a health check kiosk, we're capturing that data and we're giving you points for that too. So there almost isn't anything that you do or on the app that we don't give you points for. We allow companies to run competitions. So we built a portal that they can interact with. They can set up a competition. I'm going to start it from this date and go to this date. I want whoever gets the most steps to win, or the most points to win. I want to pick first, second, third place prizes. They can create multiple
Wow.
groups like bronze, gold, and silver, and people that make it into those based on criteria win prizes. We even have it connected to where, when those users win, we have a fulfillment center, and we ship the prizes. We take care of all the distribution of those prizes and tracking of those prizes as well for the clients.
Well, Steve, this sounds like an amazing resource, and $5, I mean, come on now. That is like a no-brainer. I mean, that's
Right.
I think that's a flippin' steal. So
Yeah.
take advantage of this. For all the truckers out there, this is an amazing app. Been on there, looked around on it. It's just it blows my mind. If you don't take advantage of it, then you're definitely missing out. So go check it out. And Steve, thank you for everything that you've done and that you're continuing to do. And we wish you luck on all the growing things with Rolling Strong. And that's it for this Truck Boss Show. Thanks again, Steve.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, everyone.